Hello everybody, my name's Hal and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Trunda team I've made. Now before we get too far into this, I do want to mention that if we are able to hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of November, I'll be doing a massive account work giveaway, with the giveaway being 3 lemon takeovers, which is an entire account takeover. Each of those are priced at about 200 bucks. Depending on if there's a sale or something happening, it can go as low as 150, which it currently is. If you go to my Discord, you can go and purchase any account work for 25% off at the moment. But we'll be giving away 3 lemon takeovers, $600 worth of work to you guys if we can hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of November. But yeah, let's go ahead, hop into this. So, this team, we have Trunda, Gerbtuk, Togron, Ashnar, Landicus, and Lamasu. The first thing you're going to notice in this team, one, we don't have an AoE decreased defense champion, but Ashnar being who Ashnar is, he allows us to go ahead and do that by, well, we get AoE weaken, and then we swap to his first form. I meant to his second form. We get the decreased defense on the A1, and then we spread it with the A2. He spreads every debuff on the person we hit, so he just puts out every debuff in the game for on everybody, which is just insane. Um, and so yeah, I mean that's really the biggest issue with this team, in my opinion, is just the fact that we do have to cycle in and out of Ashnar in his different forms. But I don't think it's a big deal. I do believe we will lose a lot of turns, which can be a big deal. But, you know, and when you're trying to innovate things and trying to make some new stuff happen, you gotta take a learning process and make do with what you have, because without me having Fina or Theodosia or any of those champions, I don't have anybody to slot in here. So this is really what I can do. Um, something I do want to mention, and I will say I did record my Targon video after this one. So this is going to be uploaded after the Telegram video, but it was recorded before, so it's a little out of order. But just the build itself isn't anything insane. It's really not even good, honestly. It's pretty bad. It's just that we have the 9-piece protection, we have some speed. Um, yeah, we have a Journal of Necrotos. Of course, he's booked. The Masteries, we looked at him last time, but here they are again. Now, we'll look at everybody's builds after this, but I did just want to kind of point that out. And in case I'm not able to get the best results in my first couple tries here, I do want to go ahead and show a screenshot I did get. And this is me, turn 33 at 1 billion. Now, I know for some of you guys that might not be great, but for me, that is pretty solid. I believe that's one of the faster times I've gotten to 1 billion before. I was very, very happy with that. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and try to get a decent run going. Now, the first thing we have to do is start by boosting Trunda to allow her to get some of her HP burns out, just to help boost her damage. Because once we do that, we can then allow Ashnar to use his A3. Now, we might have to restart because Lanicus didn't get the extra turn. I've noticed that if she doesn't get that, we do tend to have some issues, but we didn't this time. Meaning we can swap on over to Ashnar here, get his stuff out. We can now get a decreased defense out, hopefully. Yep, there we go. So now we have decreased defense and weaken. A little low on the damage there, which is okay, because actually what I do want to try and do is cycle around, and this is where a lot of turns can be gained or lost, is how you're able to cycle in the damage from these turns. Because if I was able, which I don't know if I will be able to, if I was able to go ahead and kill everything besides this head with Trunda's A3, we are able to, let's see. we killed everybody. Okay, it's all good. We are just gonna have to try and cycle around. And that's a lot of what this is me just trying to learn how this team works, how it functions, how I can make it better. But yeah, so we have to get some turn meter going somewhere, because if we don't, we're gonna miss out on a lot of damage, and will just have to restart, which is no big deal. I'm happy to get some more practice with this and learn it some more. Boost. Now we need to swap forms on Ashnor and give him the A3. We then need to do this, and now we can look at Trunda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. HP burn, 3 poisons, completely maxed out. Everybody has at least weaken and hex. Let's see this hit. Oh my god. Um that okay. I mean I have never in my time of playing Raid had a hit do that much damage. Ever. Um wow. Okay. So I guess back to what we were doing. We're gonna cycle around to. We're just gonna let them do their thing. You know, we're gonna lose our debuffs, which is whatever. We just have to make sure that we're not allowing the poison cloud head to do anything here. If we can, which I don't know, there's no way. We just gotta, yeah, we just gotta let them do their thing. Hurry up and take your turn, bro. You always take turns at the most inconvenient times, any other time. Um, I will say one fantastic thing about this team is that with Ashnor and with Gerbtuck, you basically never have to worry about anything. And I mean Lamasu as well. There's just basically never a time where, you know, something happens and you're like, ah, well, there goes the run. Because there's so many different ways to save your run. Let's go ahead. We're going to boost. We're going to just try and cycle things around. We might not get a great hit this time because of how little we've actually been able to cycle here. But, you know, it is what it is. If I can just get a turn meter boot. Okay. Man, Ashnar, you're letting me down here, bro. That really sucks. Yeah, this is going to be like the least strong hit we could possibly do, because we're not gonna have any of our boosts. We do have Hex. Alright. I mean, it wasn't good by any means, don't get me wrong, but it could have been a lot worse. It could certainly have been a lot worse. Which just means that this time around, we'll actually have the proper setup to fully smack. Now, I'm not going to make you guys sit through this entire run. I'm going to go ahead and probably after this next cycle, I'm gonna turn off the not. I'm gonna pause the recording and then come back once we've gotten a little further. But we're just gonna go ahead and continue on. We do want to get a we. Okay. Wow. She's hitting too hard. I didn't think that that would be happening, but yeah, she's hitting too hard at this point for me to perfectly cycle this. So I might need to watch the turns I'm taking for a little bit here. Um, we can spread hex and weaken. That's fine. So we're gonna be missing a head when we attack, which is okay. It's no big deal. Get a cycle around to her one more time. And then we'll be fully boosted up for the next hit. So let's go ahead and decrease defense. We are so incredibly tanky in this team as well. Like there just is almost no way for them to kill us like in any situation. Let's see, let's go ahead and knock them out. And now we debuff, we swap forms, we HP burn, we put up some buffs, we put out that, we A1 because we're just waiting to cycle back around. We just want to make sure that we're not killing anything. Turn meter boost. We don't want to turn meter boost in that situation. Hit this. Would like a boost again. Okay, so we're gonna be missing Gerptuck's damage boost, which is gonna be a lot. We're gonna be missing almost a 50% damage boost. So just keep that in mind when I do press attack on this hit. But yeah, so we're gonna be missing a good amount of damage that we could be getting just of how the cycle went. But let's see here. Yeah, I mean another small hit. So this is just telling me a bit more about the team and how I need to learn to save Gerptuck's abilities right before we hit, because I know I tend to go a little bit earlier than I should. But, you know, what can you do? This isn't going to be a perfect run, but it should show people what Togron is capable of, and that is really what I wanted to do with this team. Show even if you don't have everything in the game, as long as you have some parts, you can probably make something happen. And with this team in specific, I mean, we saw what it's capable of. A 1 billion hit out the rip, which is something I personally have never seen in any of the teams that I built on my account. So there's clearly something going right on this team. So I'm going to go ahead, pause it for now, guys, and then I will come back as soon as as soon as we are nearing the end, I would say. So yeah, I'll see y'all once we have a result, or almost a result. Alrighty, so we are ending this fight. There's been a lot of mistakes made, like genuinely a lot, and we were still able to get 5 billion damage. Now, for me, I'm going to be keeping this key this week, and you guys can expect a lot of updates on this team, this exact team, in the, I'd say in the coming weeks, maybe the next month or so. I'll be shooting for around, I think my goal with this team is 20 billion. Um, Now, we've seen what a perfect setup can do, and it's crazy how often I was able to get a setup almost identical to that first one. I just had bad damage RNG. With some mistakes made of like getting rid of Gerptuck's poisons and all of these different things and not having a 6-star soul. This was certainly a person running it error, not a team error. I do think that some champions could be slowed down a little. I do think that Trunda could be sped up a little. As soon as I get a dwarf dupe legendary, I mean, I'll get speed on Trunda, which will be enough. I mean, and once I also get her soul, that's even more damage. I mean, that's even more speed as well as damage. But yeah, guys, I mean, 5.8 5.08 billion damage on a run with a whole lot of mistakes and things. I'm very, very happy with this. This is a PB for me. And hey, that's enough for me to say Togron is amazing. I am blown away by Togron. I mean, this champion is crazy. Between the sustain he brought, between the don't to wow. That was without protection on Gerptuk. Okay. I mean that and there's some more damage lost. Okay. That's a wow. I mean another mistake, but even then, I mean 5.08 first day with Togron actually that I got him this well, like, technically yesterday, but uh, yeah, in the past 24 hours he has proved himself to be amazing to me. Let's go ahead and take a look at the builds and then we'll call it a video. So Trunda, we have her in Merciless and Zeal as well as Blood Shield Ring. I'm gonna go with Trunda specifically and show the with Hydra battles because those like this crit damage can really matter. So we have 10,240 attack, 180 speed, 71% crit rate, 393% crit damage, 450 resistance, 400 accuracy, and an extra 20% defense ignore. We have her in an Erethi Coronet with a Boss Slayer and increases crit damage by 3% for each debuff they're under. That means that we get an extra, what, 12% crit damage because of Ashnar and Gerptuk. So really our crit damage, and the max crit damage we ever see throughout this entire fight would be, what, 435 on Trunda. We have a 5-star Nature's Wrath on her, and these are her masteries. Now, the next champion we have is Ashnar. So Ashnar is in a 9-piece feral, but we have him built for just, I mean, it's not a lot of damage, but we do have enough, not a, I say enough, it's some defense on him at 4.3k, 244 speed, 97% crit rate, 365% crit damage. We have him 360 resistance, 518 accuracy. Now, in Hydra battles, he is just over Trunda when it comes to crit damage. Or, wait, yeah. Yeah, just over Trunda by 2%. So, I mean, we're really pushing it there, but it's still happening. We have him with Intimidating Presence, which does help Trunda boosting her attack, but we also use him in Arena. And these are Arena Masteries, these are not Hydra Masteries. We only went for this because of the crit damage and the crit rate, because we do use him here. And yeah, so that is Ashnar. Next champion we have is Lamasu, and she should be up right here. Lamasu is in Cursed, Impulse, and Pinpoint. She's at 60k HP, 3.1k defense, 343 speed. Accuracy needs to go up actually. It isn't enough accuracy. Sometimes I do get resisted a good bit. I would prefer it around 450. But regardless, the team still worked, and that's really all that matters with me. We have her Intimidating Presence because of Arena. These are Arena Masteries. The next champion we have is Gerptuck, and we already kind of saw his build, 9-piece protection. Well, he was actually an 8-piece, but 9-piece protection, some accuracy, a little bit of resistance. Doesn't have a relic currently. He has 2-star cruelty, and he has flawless execution because eventually, once I get a 4-star soul on him, I will make him highest crit damage and allow Astronaut to be faster. Next champion is Lanicus, wherever she's hiding. Not right there. 9-piece protection, some HP, some defense, 251 speed, 400 resistance, Journal of Necrodos. We don't have a soul on her yet. We don't even have her masteries fully done. I would reset these and get War Master, but I don't really care to reset them, and I don't care to farm them because we have lasting gifts, and that's literally all that matters. And finally, the main of the one of the main components of the team, the real star of why I even made this team, is Togron, 9-piece protection. Not a good build, just isn't. He has no resistance. He's low HP, kind of low defense, 264 speed, Journal of Necrodos, fully booked. We're going down into War Master and Lasting Gifts. Blessing when I do eventually get a blessing on him. Once I do get a blessing on him, I do plan on running him in arena, as mentioned in my Telegram video, with a 6-star intimidating presence preferably. But yeah. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, if you did learn anything from this video, if you have Togron and didn't realize how insane he is, do consider letting me know down in the comments below. Consider subscribing, liking, joining my Discord, all that fun stuff. We talked about the sale earlier in the video in the giveaway, I believe. It's a good bit later, so I kind of forget what I talked about in the beginning. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.